Okay, well, I may have fixed it. Seems to be turning on a little more reliably. But sometimes it just doesn't turn on. Once it's on, it seems to be on. But sometimes it doesn't turn on. So, that's okay. That's how it is. Anyway, I'm driving Spark. Hallelujah. It took me a long time to learn how to do that, by the way. Now, at least I know how to do that. And I can do that at various frequencies as well. But it's better to drive the coil at its resonant frequency. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the output of this and I'm going to hook it up to this capacitor bank. And I'm going to put this microwave oven diode here in between them to make sure that I'm just pumping energy into the capacitor bank. Now the capacitor bank is connected to ground via the bottom of the spark gap there. And if the capacitor bank gets charged up too much, the current will arc the current from the transformer here will arc across the spark gap. So the spark gap is basically a voltage protection for this capacitor bank. I have a high voltage probe here that is connected to the capacitor bank. It's grounded on the other side, and I'm measuring the voltage on this side of the capacitor bank. I have that plugged in to my voltmeter, and the voltmeter is set for DC, and I'm going to see how much voltage I get on the capacitor bank when I turn this thing on. Here we go. We're at 0.04. Now that's I think that's different by a factor. That's a factor of 1,000. We're still going up. We're actually charging. Oh, now we're really charging. We're up to 0.3. Oh boy, I'm getting excited. Nope, now we're down. Losing charge. So it appears that I don't quite have enough juice yet coming out of my voltage driver, my high voltage driver here, to fill this capacitor bank. It's kind of going back and forth. It's back down to 0.01, 0.056. Yeah, and it looks like my ZVS driver is breaking down. I think what I'm going to have to do is get some lower voltage MOSFETs. I have some very high voltage MOSFETs in there that pass a very low current, and should probably just get some like 48 or 120, 250, 260 volt MOSFETs, IRFP 260s, put them in there, but I fried them all, the ones that I had. So that's going to be my next experiment. You can also see that I am turning off the circuit before I fiddle with it. And I put 2 voltage regulators in there because I was worried that maybe those LM 7812 voltage regulators were not pushing enough current. And it's entirely possible they're still not. So, more experimentation. My goal is to fill up the capacitor bank and see how much voltage I can get. And how much power ultimately I can get out of this. That's what I'm going to do.